Hi, everyone. We're going to do the Unit 1 readiness check today. Thought today maybe I'd work online since I've done the last couple videos in the book. But as usual, if you're supposed to work in the book, you do it in the book. If you're supposed to be online, you do it online. Depending on who your math teacher is and what school year it is and what we decided to assign, it changes all the time. So this first one says, let's use the sketch tool to draw a bigger or smaller version of figure A. So I'm going to draw a smaller one just because I feel like that's faster and easier. I'm going to use the line tool to make my lines nice and straight. So I count the boxes across the top of figure A, and I notice there's 6. And I count the boxes down the side of figure A, and I notice it's 4. Both those numbers are easily divisible by 2. Or I could multiply them by 1/2. So I'm going to use 1/2 as my scale factor. Or in other words, I'm going to make a copy of figure A that's half the size. So instead of 6 across the top, it's going to be 3. Instead of 4 down the side, it's going to be 2. And that's really about it. I got 3 here. Try to make it as straight as possible. We'll go 2 here. And then since along the bottom of A, the base, like the flat part, is also 2. So, or sorry, I mean, it's also 4. And when I multiply that by 1/2, I get 2. So I'll do 2 across the bottom there. And then as long as I just connect this diagonal, it should work because all the other sides were nicely done. So that last side should just kind of fit itself into place well. And let's move on to the next one. A recipe for 1 loaf of bread uses 2 cups of flour, 12 tablespoons of water, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Check the table to show the quantities needed to make multiple loaves of bread. Okay, so we want to make sure that these ratios stay equivalent the whole way, right? So I notice that in the second row, it doubles from 2 cups of flour to 4. So that means the water should double, right, from 12 to 24, and the salt should double from 1 to 2. And then down here in this bottom row, the number of loaves has doubled from 2 to 4. So that means the cups from that row, 4, should double to 8. And the salt from that row, which was 2, should double to 4. No big deal. All right, Frank drank 3 liters of water yesterday. It's kind of a lot of water, Frank. Rebecca drank 3/4 as much water as Farah. Okay. Valeria drank twice as much water as Rebecca. Order the amount of water drunk, whatever, by each person from least to greatest. Okay, well, Rebecca drank less than Frank, right? 3/4 of what Frank drank. Frank drank. It's like hard to say. But Valeria drank twice as much as Rebecca. Wow, this like whole question is like tongue-tying me. So based on that, I'm pretty sure Rebecca drank the least out of anyone. And so now it's just, we got to figure out who drank more, Valeria or Farah. So Farah drank 3 liters. Valeria drank twice as much as Rebecca drank, and Rebecca drank 3/4 as much as Farah. So that means Valeria drank 6/4 as much as Frank, right? If Rebecca drank 3/4 and Valeria doubles that, that's 6/4, which is 1.5. So Valeria drank 1.5 times as much as Farah. Why have I been saying Frank this whole time? Well, is this Farah? Wow, that's weird. Huh. Okay, so every time I said Frank, I meant Farah. I think I like mixed the words up. It says Farah drank, and I just said Frank. All right. Anyways, I think Valeria drank the most. So wait, oh, it's backwards. So the least goes on top. So that'll be Rebecca, and then Farah in the middle, and Valeria is the greatest at the bottom. It's weird. It's ranked backwards, I would say. Explain your thinking. You could go back and just listen to my thinking as I talked my way through this video and like summarize it here. But use Farah, not Frank. Find the area of figure A. Each small square represents 1 square unit. Okay. Well, we got some weird stuff going on here. I'm going to sketch some parts that I think will help me figure things out. Oh, we got a visitor. Hey, I'm making one of our homework videos right now. If you want, you can have a seat anywhere in the room. Give me a couple minutes to finish, okay? So we could find the area of this whole box using where I sketched. And then let's just take away the area of the white parts that aren't actually part of the blue shape. That would be my strategy. You could also cut the blue shape into various triangles and rectangles and find the area of those and then add them up. So the area of this whole thing with the lines that I drew would be 16 because it's 4 by 4. Now, if we just take away the area of this triangle and the area of this triangle from 16, we'll have our answer. So we're going to do 16 minus the area of this triangle is base times height, but then half of that. That's the formula. So the base of just this first triangle is 2, the height is 4, so that's 8, but the triangle only takes up half that much area. So we're going to subtract 4. And then we're also going to subtract the area of this triangle over here, which has base 2 and height 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, but we only use half of that. So that's 2. And so we're doing 16 minus 4 minus 2, that is 10. Explain your thinking. You can pretty much just put into words what you just saw me do right there. All right, so order these from smallest to greatest. So smallest on top, biggest on bottom. So centimeters are really small. Inches are just a little bit bigger than that. Feet, that's 12 inches. Meter, that's about 3 feet. It's a little bit more than 3 feet. And a kilometer, that's 1,000 meters. So I think that's going to be the right ordering there. And the last one, did you know that marine biologists use wiffle balls in photos to measure corals and other objects? The measurement is called a wiffle. Complete the table of inches and wiffles. So every 2 wiffles is 7 inches. Okay, so we need to keep this ratio, all these ratios equivalent. So the number of inches tripled, right, from 7 to 21. So this 2 should triple from 2 to 6. And then here I see that 6 is being halved, right? 3 is half of 6. So then here we need half of 21. If you need help with that, remember you always have a calculator button up here, but I can do that in my head. That's 10.5. And I think we're done. There is no next, there's nowhere to go from here. You don't need to submit or turn in, you're just done. So just close it and that's it.